countries among the world's top powers, most have either dominant manufacturing or dominant military tech ecosystems. Is India trying to rise with an asymmetric foundation? And if so, where does that make us vulnerable? So, India, so you see, to be a major power, to be a serious contender geopolitically, any nation that's a serious contender or a serious player has a has a powerful technological base and a powerful manufacturing base. So if you have a high quality, high tech technological ecosystem in your country, then you can develop and design the technologies you need to be relevant geopolitically, from a military perspective, from an economic perspective. And it's not enough to have a high quality technological ecosystem. You need to have a major manufacturing base that can turn the technological innovations into products that can be manufactured at scale. So you need a research and development ecosystem, which is the tech ecosystem, which could be either in your universities or in your corporations or in both. And then all the output of that needs to go into your manufacturing base, which will then mass produce the products, that the advanced products that come out of that incorporate the technologies you're developing. And that's how you become a genuinely relevant player economically and militarily and geopolitically. So China is a great example of that. The US used to be a great example of that. The US has the world's best education system that's focused on science and technology and research and development. And all of those high quality students that are output by the education system are absorbed by the industries. The industries and corporations have their own R&D setups everywhere, and they use these R&D setups with this bright young minds coming from the education system to produce the world's best products, right? Or to design the best products, which are then either manufactured in the US or in China. The Chinese have copied the US setup. They now have a world-class university system, world-class education system focused on science, technology, research, and development. And the Chinese they also have these major corporations, and they're the world's largest manufacturing base, industrial base, right? Two great examples. Where does India stand in this? India has a rotten education system, third-grade education system that destroys India's best minds. India doesn't have any real R&D happening anywhere in any university or any IIT or whatever. Nothing of any global value. Not even 1% of global value comes from here. Then India doesn't have corporations that do R&D. Recently, Reliance, which is a huge corporation, was seeking to buy some technology from a Chinese corporation, which was like a 1/100th of the strength of Reliance. But the Chinese refused, and the Reliance now can't do what it wanted to do, because Reliance has never bothered to invest in its own R&D. Reliance doesn't do R&D. Reliance manufactures. So it wanted Chinese technology. The Chinese little company said, no, Reliance can't do a thing about it. This is the mindset in India. So India's education system is third grade, it's rotten. India's corporations don't do R&D. They want to do screwdriver stuff. And we don't manufacture anything that's globally relevant. Textiles, I'm talking about high-tech stuff. So without a world-class education system that supplies a world-class R&D ecosystem, that supplies a world-class industrial manufacturing base, you are not a serious geopolitical player. You're not. India is regarded as a major geopolitical player because of its large economy, the fourth largest economy in the world, big market and all. India has a decent military. India has a world-class missile program and so on. But India has major deficiencies which need deep reforms and massive reforms, and none of those reforms are happening. So I'm not sure what India's future is. It makes us super vulnerable everywhere. India is not taken seriously, actually, by the Chinese or the Americans. The Chinese don't see India as a contender for the top crown. The Americans don't see India as a contender for the top crown. They don't take India seriously. The Chinese don't do. India is like Africa. It's like Nigeria or something. Slightly better version. Yeah. That is the truth. I'm sure you want to hear something else, but I can't tell you lies. That's the truth.